Thank you everyone, and thank you for taking the time out. Today we're looking at the importance of new music markets in international touring. We're mapping your fans and charting your tours. So today's agenda, we're looking at the disconnect between touring artists and their fan bases. We're also looking at the motivations behind expanding to emerging markets. We're going to look at case studies, and we're going to also have a demo of our new app called GigGraph. So our introduction. The stark lack of events in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, despite comparable, if not high demand, has been taken over. So touring is mainly focused on 3 regions: the United States, the United Kingdom, and Western Europe, which is Germany and France. So with emerging markets, key markets, there are a makeup of major percentage of the audience for international artists spread over 2 regions. 1, Southeast Asia, which include India, the Philippines, and Indonesia. And 2, Latin America, which includes Brazil and Mexico. Here, we're looking at the listenership of artists across different regions. So here we've compared 3 different artists, OneRepublic, Halsey, and Vamps. We've looked at their touring over in the UK and the US, and then we can clearly compare the groups compared with Southeast Asia and Latin America. Streaming numbers of international artists in current markets versus emerging markets. The current markets are the UK, the US, Germany, and France. And clearly with the emerging markets, you can see a much bigger potential of growth. So with the market growth, Asia grew by 15.4%, as you can see in this chart. Latin America grew gains of 25.9%, gaining more than 10 years of regional increases. Every market in the region posted double growth digits, and the US and Canada region only grew by 5% in 2022. Revenues in Europe, the 2nd largest record music region in the world, grew by 7.5%, with the region's 3 largest markets all with a gain of just 5.4%. The revenues and distribution formats, this just shows you here that the total physical sales has drastically decreased over time, and with that has increased streaming. So the population is included to include streaming, and a continued trend of Asia also accounted for more than half of the global physical revenues of 14.8%.
Further, we did case studies on 3 different artists of varying popularity, as we saw Halsey, OneRepublic, and the Vamps. So we analyzed the Spotify fan conversion rate during and after tours in different regions. So in all of the observed case studies, fan conversion after tours in the US and UK did not increase or even dipped at times, possibly hinting towards a saturated market. Meanwhile, for the emerging markets, they rose after concerts or tours. Next slide, please. Then, so yeah, we can see on the left, we've got Spotify fan conversion rate for the US and UK, which dipped even after multiple concerts in August. On the right, we see tours in the Southeast Asia, and through just 10 days, we see lots of increase in the Spotify fan conversion. Same for OneRepublic, US on the left, decline, and India concert on the right in the Southeast Asia, and that's a increase in the Spotify fan conversion rate. Then we also charted out the top audiences for each of these artists. And not surprisingly, emerging markets were almost always in the top 5 countries. So here we can see for Halsey, India, Philippines, Brazil in the top 4. Next slide, please. OneRepublic, we can see India, Brazil, Philippines again, Mexico and Mexico below that. And then for the Vamps, surprisingly, Philippines was number 1. And again, India, Indonesia, Brazil again. Next slide.
Use of licensed stream to listen to music. India ranks highest with 94%, Indonesia follows with 89%, and Philippines follows with 86%. Next slide, please. We consider the revenues, artist revenue in emerging markets. The first on our list is the festival's revenue. In 2019, Lollapalooza Brazil had a revenue of $14.48 million US, and it was ranked the 3rd highest gross revenue festival worldwide. Artists on tours goes home with 80% of the revenue generated from tours, with the remaining 15% going to promoters, and some part of that 15% is being used to facilitate the tour.
I'm
Exponential growth
sorry,
in
I have
20.
to stop you guys right here.
That's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Judges, any questions? Nikki, go right ahead.
Hi guys, so I feel like you were making some really good points about emerging markets being very, up and coming and there being loads of potential. I guess I was really interested to hear what your solution was, so that's gonna be my question.
If you would allow, we can give you a demo of the platform. Would take like 30 seconds maybe, a max. Is that okay?
I'm okay with that,
I'm
actually.
I'm truly unsure, but if that's the question, then I really can't stop you from doing so to answer it.
I'd quite like to see as well.
Thank you.
May I share my
Thank you.
screen?
Yes, go right ahead.
Thank you so much. I'll just share my screen quickly. Please let me know when you can see it.
We can see it now.
Awesome. Okay, so the platform is quite simple. Suppose you're a manager of an artist or you're an artist yourself. You search for your artist. I've already loaded this up. And let's say we're going for One Republic. So due to the ambiguity in artist names, we pick your first artist. And then what we're going to do is chart out all of their past concert history and touring history throughout their career. And as you can see, we found 850 concerts for One Republic. So there's a very simple comparison on the left and right. On the left, we see their entire touring history. We have United States as the major one. Then we got Canada, UK, etc. And on the right, we can see the global distribution of listeners, that is the Spotify listeners in different countries. So it's very easy to compare what markets you are missing out in your touring. And as we can see, Australia is a very big consumer of One Republic. Meanwhile, they haven't been a very big touring market. Same for United Kingdom, etc. And there we got the numbers as well. Just one last thing, you might wonder why wouldn't you want to use Chartmetric in this case? So we got a very good example for that. In fact, Chartmetric has a bit of data inconsistencies. So as we can see for One Republic past events, we have India twice as a country and city as Salem. So on searching, because I am actually in India and I attended One Republic for the first time last month, so this data is inaccurate. And Salem is actually a city in Germany, I believe. So this platform is where you get actual numbers from three different APIs that are coming from Setlist.fm, MusicBrainz, and Chartmetric as well. So here we can see that India has a single touring event.
Sid, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to pause you. You only have 3 minutes for questions, so I want to ask if you'd like to continue to answer this question, or do you like to answer Chris Lambert's question?
Yeah, I think we're good with this question.
Okay. Chris, do you want to ask the question quickly?
Absolutely. Thank you for that. My question is regarding the granularity of data. I noticed that you've got at the country level. Is it possible at all to get it at the city level, because that's where touring events actually occur?
Absolutely. Through the use of Chartmetric, we actually can get city level data, especially in the GigGraph demo that we just showed you. But we hadn't considered that because in the emerging markets, the touring is usually in the capitals and very few cities. So in Brazil, we saw, in Mexico and in Philippines, we saw Manila. In India, we see Bangalore or maybe Mumbai. So that's the reason why we chose for the country level data.
Oh, great answer. Thank you.